Think of a time when you experienced a conversation that left you with a new perspective, or perhaps an inquiry, or you might have felt that something has shifted in you after that conversation. Maybe it helped you gain a new level of clarity, or moved you to take action. That was a coaching conversation. Hello and welcome to the Coaching Conversation podcast. This is your host, Salah Elleithy, and today's spark is about awareness. Awareness, not age, leads to wisdom. Publilius Syrus. 7 years ago, I decided to start my professional coaching journey. So there I was in my first coaching class, Coactive Fundamentals, and the first thing the co-leader started to draw on a flip chart was a staircase with 4 steps. Then she proceeds to add the name for each step. The first step, lower step, was unconscious incompetence. Then the second step was conscious incompetence. Then the third step was conscious competence. And then the fourth step, upper step, was unconscious competence. Those are the stages of competence. And while I was familiar with that model, it was as if I was seeing it for the first time. If you're not familiar with that model, Wikipedia defines the 4 stages of competence as the psychological states involved in the process of progressing from incompetence to competence in a skill. The stages are sometimes arranged as a pyramid as well, moving from unconscious incompetence at the bottom of the pyramid to the conscious competence at the top of the pyramid. Anyway, back to my story about my first coaching class. When the co-leader was demonstrating the 4 stages of competence, I couldn't help but think about when I first learned how to drive. It was a stick shift or manual, and it was quite a challenge. If you know anything about driving a stick shift, you know that you need to let go of the clutch at some point so the car would move. That sounds easy, right? I could do this, I thought to myself. I watched my parents driving my whole life. How hard could it be? Or so I thought. And so I tried and I tried to let go of the clutch. And every time the car would just shake vigorously, then stops moving. I was in the first stage of unconscious incompetence. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know the exact moment of letting go so that I would move forward, or more specifically, the car would move forward. I mean, how hard could it be? You insert the key into the ignition, turn on the ignition, put your left foot on the clutch and your right foot on the gas pedal, then let go of the clutch while pressing the gas pedal, and voila, the car would start moving. I knew the steps, but I had the wrong intuition, which is another way of saying I was unconsciously incompetent. I knew the process, but I didn't have the understanding. Well, after several trials and errors, I started to notice that when I let go of the clutch too soon, the car would start to shake vigorously. Then it stopped. And when I let go of the clutch too late while pressing the gas pedal, the car just got loud and still didn't go anywhere. That was the second stage, conscious incompetence. I became consciously aware that I'm letting go of the clutch too soon or too late. I knew what I didn't know. Over time, I got the sense of the exact moment when I could let go of the clutch as I slowly pressed the gas pedal at the same time so the car would start moving. It finally clicked. I let go of the clutch too soon or too late. The car would just startle or get loud, but it won't budge. I was becoming consciously competent. After some time of driving a stick shift, I didn't even think about the exact moment. It became part of my unconscious mind. I became unconsciously competent. Now, if you ask me, how do you perform this process? What's the exact moment of letting go of the clutch? Sorry, but I won't be able to answer. Why, you ask? And my response would be because you need to find that moment for yourself. Self-awareness is key to understanding and evolving your level of consciousness. Think of a time when you learned a new skill or gained a new level of clarity. What were the steps involved? Think about what it took to get to do it well. And most importantly, what you had to let go of to become more competent, consciously competent, then eventually unconsciously competent. It might not be a clutch, but it could have been something getting in the way of becoming better. Carl Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Look for your own clutch and know that letting go is essential to moving forward. I hope this story gave you something to think about or take action on. Remember, take action and get clarity, then repeat.